what instrument that is? Hello everyone, my name is Victoria Ascension and I will talk about the violin. Now, the topics I'll go over today are the history and origins of the violin, the different parts of the violin, and the various types of violins. According to Yamaha.com, the origins of the violin can be attributed to the Arabian rebab and rebec. The rebab, as you can see here, has a small rounded body that is attached to a long neck. It can have 2 to 3 strings, and it has a spike at the bottom for playing on the knee. The rebec came to be after the Arabs introduced the rebab to Spain. It has a more pear-shaped body and a shorter neck. It has 3 strings, and it can be played on the shoulder, the chest, or the arm. Another instrument that has roots to the rebab is the Byzantine lyra, which in turn also spurred other variations to pop up, such as the medieval fiddle. And the earliest noted violin makers are Andrea Amati and Gasparo di Bertolotti. Now, moving on to the parts of the violin, we have the scroll at the very top. The pegs tune the strings, tightening or loosening it. The strings correspond to G, D, A, and E, and it flows from the neck, down the body, and into the tailpiece. And the fingerboard rests on top of the neck as well as part of the body. That's where your fingers will press on the strings as you play the instrument. This whole section is the body. The top and back are connected by the ribs. The bridge transfers the vibrations into the body, and that's where the F-holes amplify the vibrations and project them out to the audience. These fine tuners on the tailpiece also tune these strings, but in smaller increments. The chin rest supports the head. That's where your chin and jawbone rests. And in addition to the violin is the violin bow. Here we have the bow stick, the bow hair, the frog, and the screw. The next thing I'll go over is the different types of violins. And according to ConnellyMusic.com, there are 7 different types of violins. The first one we have is a modern violin or classical violin. This is the one that we see the most. When we think of the violin, this is the one that pops up. The Baroque violin has a similar build, but they use gut strings, which are strings made from animal intestines. They have a flatter bridge, and they do not have a chin rest, as you can see here. An electric violin does not have a hollow body. They use a pickup or a small microphone to transfer the vibrations onto an amplifier or speaker. The Stroh violin is a string instrument that has 2 horns and a metal resonator attached to the body. And to recap what I talked about today, I went over the history and origins of the violin, how the origins can be attributed to the Arabian rebab and rebec, how the earliest violin makers are Andrea Amati and Gasparo di Bertolotti. I went over the parts of the violin, the scroll, pegs, strings, neck, fingerboard, body, the ribs, the bridge, F-holes, the fine tuners, and the chin rest. Then I went over the different types of violins, and they were the modern violin, the Baroque violin, the electric violin, and the Stroh violin. And now I'd like to ask if there are any questions or concerns.
I don't have any questions for now.
And I hope you enjoy this musical piece played on the violin. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and thank you for your time.